Hi, guys. This is Tracy with Inside Pool Magazine. They call me the Diva. I'm at it again, guys and gals. I found another diamond in the rough. I wouldn't say all that rough, though. This kid has an extensive rap sheet when it comes to the pool table. He's playing at a Kenny's Bar and Grill out of Barnhart, Missouri, which is just right outside St. Louis. You've heard me say Kenny's Bar and Grill a couple of times with a couple of these other kids. Well, let me roll that promo video for this kid, and then we're going to bring Mr. Timmy Cossey on in the room. Let's watch that video. Hi, guys. How are you tonight?
Hi, we're good.
Hi, Timmy. How are you? You're good. Just a little bit quiet. I need you to speak up just a little bit. Well, Mom, we're going to start with you. Did you know that when you first brought this kid into Pool League that he was going to be extraordinary?
No, I did not. It's been years of practice and competing.
So how did this whole thing get started, Mom? Could you give us a little background on what brought this kid to my neck of the woods?
Sure. So when he was about 10 years old, we started playing pool leagues as a family. And myself, my boyfriend Carrie, and Timmy were all on a pool team together for quite a few years, actually. And then when I noticed Timmy had an interest in pool, I had the opportunity to take him to Lindenwood University, where at that time Mark Wilson was instructing, and April Larson and Chris Reinhold were on the team as well. So we went to the college and spent the night with Mark and the team, and we all had a great time together. And from there, it's just blossomed.
Wow. Well, what did you think about Lindenwood over there, Timmy? What did you think when you met April and Chris?
It was a pretty cool experience, just going there and meeting different people and older kids that play pool.
Right. Do you have a problem getting him into tournaments, Mom, at all?
No, whether it's an adult tournament or a junior tournament, he usually has no problem with entering and playing against adults.
Okay, good. I know that a little further south, we're having the issue with finding places for these kids to play. And slowly but surely, the state of Alabama is rising to the occasion. They're offering up some more venues for these kids to play out of. The state of Mississippi has been very gracious, offering up several venues for the kids to play out of. And of course, Bristol, Tennessee, which is Janet Outwell's place. If you guys haven't been there yet, she's putting on a fantastic tournament this month for the kids as well. So everybody's slowly getting on the bandwagon to champion for these kids. And I couldn't be more excited about what's going on for you guys. I do have a couple of questions for Timmy, though. Timmy, how old are you right now, sir?
I'm 13.
And what is your hometown pool room? What is the name of that hometown pool room that you play out of?
Kenny's Bar and Grill.
Kenny's, I'm going to have to come up there, sir. You're torturing me with these kids. I'm loving it. Timmy, what is your Fargo rating right now?
It's a 397.
That's pretty good. So you're around a 5, a 4, 5, high 5 in an APA rating, Mom. Is that right? About a 4 to a 5. Awesome. Have you played in any tournaments lately, Timmy? When was your last one?
Like a month ago.
How did you fare in that tournament?
I did pretty good.
Mom, how do you think he did?
Oh, he did great. The last,
They're always harder on themselves.
yeah, the last tournament he played a 9-ball tournament at Kenny's, and he was the only kid that was competing, and he ended up splitting first.
Well, that's not too bad, Timmy. That's pretty good. I know one of my other kids, I asked him what his peers thought of him, in school. And he told me that the only thing they ever ask him is how much money has he ever won. Timmy, do you have any peers at school that are curious about your fascination with pool? And if so, do they have any questions for you like that?
Not really.
Not really. Well, if you, I heard through the grapevine that you play a couple of sports. What other hobbies do you have besides pool?
I played basketball and football.
Mom, you've got a busy schedule.
Yes, I do.
Miss Cossey is also a working mom, so I know how that is, having to schedule around everybody's events and trying to make it to work and make it home in time. So more power to you, Mom. More power to you.
Thank you.
Let's see here. So a couple of other questions I have for you. What or who actually has been your biggest motivator or support system, Timmy, throughout your time playing pool?
Definitely my mom, because she always takes me to my tournaments and always watches me.
Mom, that couldn't be a better Mother's Day gift than him saying that on live feed. If he ever says I never said that, you have proof. Fantastic answer. I love the honesty out of these kids. Do you have a favorite professional pool player that is your all-time favorite, Timmy?
Yeah, it's Skylar Woodward, because he's a really good role model for me, and he's a good friend of mine.
He is one amazing man, and his mother couldn't be more proud of him. He's on his way back from Pool Masters right now in Gibraltar. Fantastic person. You couldn't pick a better role model at all, for a professional player.
Definitely. He's so kind and humble and always enjoys playing with the kids and getting them involved.
Yes, he does. And, it really takes a village to raise a junior player. Each professional player has something that they can give to the junior players, and knowledge is valuable. So I'm glad he has the opportunity to spend time with Sky and learns a couple of things. Practice makes perfect, but an experience with a pro player is something that sticks with you, and you can learn a whole lot from them. So I'm glad he got that opportunity. Do you have any other professional players that you look up to, Timmy?
I love Justin Bergman.
Bergman is another good one. The man is a demon on the table. I've watched him several times run a couple of racks on people. Fantastic group of men. Fantastic group of men. What has been your biggest accomplishment in the pool tournament scene, Timmy, so far?
I was playing a tournament for the JIC in Maryland, and I won the Jeanette Lee Comeback Award. I was down 4-0 against the 17-year-old, and I came back and won 7-5.
Congratulations. Way to go. Mom, I bet you couldn't have cheered louder.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Amazing. That's an amazing feat. Learn Billiard says, go Timmy. Go Timmy. We have people in the chat. I'll be popping these little things up from time to time so that the chat room knows that you guys can see them. Okay, a couple more questions. What is one tournament you would like to attend, Timmy, and why?
I want to be in the U.S. Open to play against a bunch of different players from around the world.
That's a big accomplishment. And actually, it's one of the most amazing tournaments one of the first tournaments almost that I'd ever been to when I first started doing all this. And it's a busy tournament. It's a very busy tournament. And I think you would fit in quite nicely. Mom, bring a sleeping bag. Because I have a feeling once this kid gets out there, you're going to need all the rest you can get. He is going to be bouncing around. They have one fantastic, well, it depends on which one you go to. There's the international tournament and then the U.S. Open. One of them is based out of Virginia, and there is a pool room around that area. I don't know if you've been to it, Q Masters. It has the most 9-foot tables I've ever seen in it in my life. I've never been to a pool room with that many tables before. So if you get the opportunity to play there and Q Masters is still in business, stop by there. You would just be in awe at how many tables they can fit in one room. Let's see. What has been your biggest lesson so far?
Definitely, don't let your emotions get the best of you.
That's a good one. And I think Joey Gray had also said something about that in talking to one of his other students. And I think he emphasizes the fact that walk away from the table, feel it, and then let it go and play your game. So that's a fantastic lesson to learn. Learn Billiard says, Mako Tips is proud to sponsor Timmy Cossey. All right. Mako Tips is in the house. We appreciate you following us tonight, Mr. Learn Billiards. Thank you so much. And I'm sure Timmy appreciates it as well. After high school, do you intend on furthering your career in billiards, or do you intend on extending your education and going after something else?
I'm gonna attend college to play sports or to build computers.
Building computers, that's a fantastic thing to do. The way the current status is of our existence, everything is on a computer, so you'll be well accepted, Timmy. I promise you. And I'll probably need to get your telephone number. As often as I break my own computers, I probably need some help. Okay. Do you currently have a practice regime?
I don't, but I try to play as much as I can between playing football and basketball.
Well, good. I think it's good for you to play those other sports and get that exercise in. Mom, have you noticed an impact on him physically and mentally at some of these major tournaments like the junior nationals? Do you notice a difference in his attitude when he's out there versus when he's playing in a tournament at home?
Overall, he has a great attitude. The only thing I noticed is if he has, at one of the tournaments, he had to play 5 matches in a row without a break. And that was pretty mentally draining when he got to the last match. And because he kept winning, he had to continue to play matches. So when that final match came up, he kind of lost a little bit of steam, but his attitude maintained pretty positive as he went through that.
Sounds like he's learning a lot. Sounds like he's got a fantastic role model, Mom. I mean, to stay calm under pressure, it's very difficult. And to put that many hours in on a pool table for a young adult or for a child between the ages of 10 and 14, it's stressful. So, if he can hold and maintain that stamina for that long, that's a major feat. Congratulations, Timmy. Mom thinks you're doing pretty well. How do you think you fared at some of these events going 5 matches deep?
I think I did really good on keeping my attitude positive and not getting upset if I lose or something like that.
Right. And I mean, it gets the best of us. I mean, I'm sure Mom has those times too. You get up there and you're exhausted. It's like, geez, I've been here for 2 days straight. And I've played 1,000 matches now. I'm ready to go home. So congratulations. That's a big deal. We're proud of you over here on this end for sure. Mom, do you feel like the junior players are getting the support that they need from the media and the tournament directors or venues? Do you feel like they're getting the support that they deserve from us?
I think a lot of the kids and parents do their own social media, um, to get themselves out there. When a child reaches a certain age, the parents cannot let them do it themselves. But for Timmy, I do a lot of his social media exposure
Hmm.
and such. Um, as far as support for the juniors, the JIC and the BEF are the two main arenas for them. And in my own area, we only have really the junior APA, which is a very small group, but we don't have any junior tournaments close to our area. I wish we had more.
Okay. What do you think, Timmy? Do you agree with Mom?
Yeah.
I think so too. I mean, it's a slow snowball to get up the hill, but I think we're going to get there as long as we keep rallying together. And you guys have my support. If you ever need anything from me, all you have to do is ask. That's it. I rarely say no. As you can tell, I've been doing kids back to back for 3 weeks, and I'm going strong. As long as you guys need me, I'll keep doing it. I think we're being heard, so hopefully we're getting it out there. And Timmy, you're helping that 6-year-old that wants to be you. So you keep getting out there and you keep doing what you're doing, and you make those good grades in school, and you make your mama proud, especially on Mother's Day. Let's see. What advice would you give to newcomers to the game of pool, Timmy? Do you have any advice? Say a 6-year-old walked up to you and his favorite player, he won a raffle, and his favorite player ever, that was his cue. He donated this cue, and that's his cue, and he wants to know how to use it. Do you have any advice for a 6-year-old with a brand new cue?
Yeah, I would say like always take your time, like stay down on your shot, work on your fundamentals.
Good advice. Good advice. Mom, what advice would you give to that parent of that 6-year-old wanting to get in the middle of the pool industry?
I think the biggest piece of advice I would give is just be there to support, coach as needed, but don't push your child to do it. I just kind of go with what Timmy wants to do. So if he wants to continue to play pool and enjoys pool, that's what I want for him. I don't want it to be a chore or something he doesn't want to do anymore. So
Right.
I just be there to encourage.
Okay. Good advice. Timmy, where do you see yourself in 10 years in the game of and in the pool industry, not necessarily in life? Where do you see yourself in 10 years in the pool industry?
I see myself like on the Masonica team.
Oh, taking Ron Hold's spot. He's going to be upset. I'm just playing, Chris. Don't kill me. Oh, my goodness. If you could just speak to someone with unlimited funds, say Donald Trump said, here, guys, I'm going to hand you guys a big chunk of money for you guys to invest in the pool industry. What would you like to see us do with that money? Timmy, we'll go with you first, and then we'll ask Mom.
I'd like them to like give players new cues to play with, and then like build a training facility for them to play, and maybe pay for some travel expenses to go to different tournaments.
That sounds like a reasonable request for unlimited funds. What do you think, Mom? What would you like for us to do with that money if we had it?
I would love to see boys and girls with proper equipment, not just cheap cues out there that you can buy at Walmart. Good tips, good cases, good cues, and also proper instruction. The kids need to know fundamentals of pool if they really want to pursue this. And the support with traveling expenses would be great as well. It's not cheap to travel around the country.
No.
We're lucky because we're in the middle of the country, so I get to drive to many of the tournaments we go to. But there are times where we fly, and the
It
way
gets
the
costly
economy
with
is
3
right now,
people
it's very
more.
expensive. Yes,
Right. I think we need a big party bus, Mom.
that would be great. I
We'll
saw
need
them
to drive her a giant party bus. We'll just put all our kids on it and everybody take turns driving it.
right.
Oh my gosh. Okay. We have a couple of more questions. Let's see here. Does Timmy have a table at his house, and how many hours does he practice? Thank you so much, Carl, for the question. Timmy, I think that's to you, sir.
At my house, and I try to practice like between 15 to 25 hours each week.
That's pretty good. That's a tall order, including your practice time with your football and your basketball. Timmy, do you play baseball as well?
No,
No. Soccer? Anything like that?
no.
No. It's a lot of running. I had a football player myself, and he ended up breaking his arm before the first game. I was like, well, there goes the season. It was okay. The sidelines in the jersey wasn't so bad. At least I didn't have to worry about him getting a concussion during running or anything. But boys will be boys, Mom. I'm sure you know that. Do you have any brothers or sisters that play pool, Timmy?
No, but I do have a sister who is 22, but she doesn't like play any sports.
Okay. Well, some of us would rather just not do that. I know I'm the only. Actually, all of us played pool, but I am the one that stayed with the pool, and my baby brother is a pro bass fisherman. That's what he does. And he said, I'd just rather be outside, sis. And I was like, I just don't like the mosquitoes or getting the fish off the hook. But I'll cheer you on from afar on the other side of the lake. Okay. Does anyone else have any questions for Timmy and his mom before they head on out for the day? We don't want to keep Miss Cossey on Mother's Day. I'm sure she has a lot of other things she'd rather be doing than me bothering her, guys. Oh, here we go. Does he prefer to cut or bank when he has the option? Timmy, which one would you rather do?
I prefer to cut a ball because it's like safer than trying to bank.
For you can control it a lot easier,
Yeah.
your cue ball, than to bank it. I understand that. Absolutely understand that. Do you have any particular game that you like over the other?
Not really.
Not really. Do you play any straight pool, banks, one pocket?
I play one pocket sometimes.
Wow, I have a lot of juniors that are surprisingly telling me that here lately. That must be the fad going on over at Kenny's.
It is. A lot of players play one pocket, and Timmy just jumps right in there.
Wow, that I don't have the patience for one pocket myself. I wish I did. I watched a lot of one pocket, but I never had the patience for it. I really gotten into banks, and I recently learned a little bit of three cushion. There is a gentleman out of Peru. His name is Manny Chow. He taught me a little bit about three cushion, and I watched a little bit of that while I was over in Round Rock, Texas, and that's where they held the Texas Open. It's an interesting game, and I'm fascinated by it. So if you ever get the opportunity. And Carl says, what equipment do you use? What's in your case, Timmy?
I use a Peach Hour cue for my shooting cue, and then I use a Purex for my break cue.
Awesome. What kind of case do you have?
I have an Acme case.
All right, nice. Mom, what do you play with? I'm curious.
I play with a Mucci, and then I also have a Purex. Break cue as well. Yeah, I love
Awesome.
that cue.
How many league teams are you guys on currently as a family?
Right now, just one for BCA.
Okay.
There was a time that we played about 2 times a week,
Mhm.
but with the pool tour schedule, it kind of
Yeah.
became a little much, so we had to give one up. Plus, balancing school and work as well just got
Right.
challenging. So
Well,
two big weeks.
we appreciate your sacrifice, and I'm sure that Timmy does too. It's a lot, and we have to do what we can to support our kids, and we absolutely appreciate it. Well, let's see here. If anyone is looking to sponsor a junior player, contact myself or Autumn Grusella or Nick DeLeon and let us know which junior you would like to sponsor, and we will get you guys in contact with that junior's family. I do have some more questions for Timmy. What tip does he prefer to shoot with, Mom?
So one of his sponsors is Mako Tips, and he uses a Mako tip, the soft,
Yeah.
and then he has a punch tip on his break cue.
Awesome. Timmy, Allen asks, do you 3 or 4 rail bank shots? Can you do a 3 or 4 railer?
Yeah.
I bet you can. He answered that one with a smile on his face, telling my money's on Timmy. I'm just saying. So, were you surprised when Shane Van Boning brought home that trophy, Timmy?
Yeah, I was actually pretty surprised.
He wanted that trophy so bad he could taste it. And that's what he said. That's the only trophy I don't have. And then we crowned a new pool masters. Mr. Filler decided to take that home. What do you think about that, Timmy?
I think he deserved to win that because it's
That
a field of tough players.
It was. Did you see the list of players? Sky was on that
Yeah.
list. That was in one, you don't get another chance at it. One shot and that's it.
Yeah.
That's a lot of pressure. Okay, guys. Let's see. Anybody else have any questions for our main man here, Mr. Timmy Cossey? You'll be seeing Timmy a whole lot on this pool scene. This kid's got a fan base you guys wouldn't believe. I got a couple of responses when I put the shout out looking for kids, and his name came up more than once. They were like, you've got to get in touch with Timmy Cossey. I was like, his mom's contacted me. Do you have any other kids around that area that you guys play Scotch doubles with? I got a recent tag from Jordan's mom and Caden that they won a Scotch doubles tournament. Have you played in any of those doubles tournaments out of Kenny's?
Yeah, I played in a doubles tournament with Cooper Lambert before.
Oh, okay. How did you and Cooper fare together? Do you guys play very well together?
Yeah, we played pretty good together.
Oh, cool. I'm glad they're getting out there and they're blending together and learning to associate together. I think that builds a good rapport for the Moscone Cup in particular, because they have to be able to do those Scotch doubles. And another question, do you play 10 ball at all, Timmy?
I do play 10 ball.
How was that 10 ball break?
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good. That's the one thing I believe that Shane has nailed so far in his many years of playing pool is that 10 ball break. Everybody talks about Shane and that controlled break. Do you have any issues with your game that you struggle with from time to time?
Probably staying down on my shot. Like sometimes I just pop up. I get excited.
Oh, okay. So it's an adrenaline for you that
Yeah.
you're. A lot of people, I know I was for the longest like a rhythm player. I'd get into a rhythm, and the moment that I stopped, I just lost all control over the cue ball after that. Timmy, have you noticed that in your game when you're In a tournament like the Junior Nationals, if you sit on ice, do you have difficulty getting back up to the table in a match?
Not really. I kind of do well with that.
Awesome. Mom, do you notice him having an issue once he's sitting? Does he have an issue getting right back into the game after he's been sitting for a while?
Not usually, because the tournaments we go to, there's usually a couple open tables where he can get up and practice before he's going to shoot during his match to warm up some.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's good. I think the younger players jump right in a lot faster than the us older people do. I mean, the longer we sit, I don't know if it's sheer boredom that we get into after sitting there or the pressures we're putting on ourselves. I'm not quite sure. But the kids seem to adjust a lot easier than what we do in their tournaments. All right, Carl said, yes, he does play a little bit of 10 ball. And Timmy, I'm not quite correct me if I'm wrong. What is your favorite game right now? I heard it was 9 ball. Is that correct in that assumption?
And it's 9 ball.
9 ball. How are you at 8 ball? A lot of people just struggle. They're not as excited about the 8 ball tournaments as they are the 9. Do you guys have 8 ball tournaments around with your Scotch doubles like that format?
Yeah. So the Scottish doubles are 8 ball, and then there's a Missouri 8 ball league on Mondays.
Okay. Nice. Okay, so you're getting a little bit of everything. That's good. That's good to hear. Very good to hear. What is your next tournament that you guys are planning on going to, Mom?
In June, we'll be in Vegas, and there's 2 tournaments the week that we'll be there. There'll be one at Grips for the JIC, and then one starting on Tuesday, I think the 19th or 20th, something like that, for the BEF Nationals.
Okay, so you guys will be busy family. Well,
Yep.
I wish you guys all the luck in the world. And if you, like I said, if you guys need anything from me, just make sure you tag me to it. I have people watching my page for me when I'm out of town and doing other stuff. So they make sure that those tags get updated as fast as they can so that people know that you guys are out here doing what you do best. And that's loving the game of pool and playing it to your best of your abilities. Do you guys have any questions for me? Or any questions for the fans out there? I mean, there may be sponsors and there may be people out there looking to maybe put on a tournament. Timmy, do you have any suggestions to the people out there watching on what we need to do to build another junior tournament?
Not really.
Not really. I would like to see you guys play in a Moscone Cup format myself. We take 5 of the best juniors in the United States and put a team together just like they do with the Moscone, but do it for the juniors. I think that would be fantastic because you guys are some major competition. Let's see. Alan Hackle says, what aiming concept do you use? Do you have an aiming concept that you use, Timmy?
I don't. I kind of just like see the shot and then get down.
Okay. Mako Tips wants to sponsor 3 more juniors. Well, we're listening to you, sir. And you just get in touch with me. I'll send you to whoever you're asking for. You must be talking about Timmy's mom. You cannot be talking about my accent. Yes, sir. It's an awesome idea. That's what I would love to see. I would love to see the top 5 juniors, just like they're doing for the Moscone Cup points, but do it for the juniors and put on a juniors Moscone Cup.
That would be great.
Sounds doable.
Someone stream it as well.
Sounds doable. We have so many streamers that are looking for something to do. I don't think we're going to have a problem finding a streamer for that event. Now we have to find somewhere to hold it. Raw Hannah, what you got going on, sir? Anyway, we here at Inside Pool Magazine appreciate your time tonight, Timmy and Miss Cossey. Thank you so much for joining us. And like I said, if there's anything Inside Pool Magazine can do for you and your junior, you just let us know. Timmy actually has a YouTube page that he has some fantastic shots on. You guys have to go and check that out. Timmy, would you like to plug that YouTube page right quick, sir? Mom, do you know what the address is for that?
It's GSXR Carry.
There you go, guys. You guys can actually rewind this later on and listen to that address again. If you do not have that said address, if you go to my Facebook page, that's Tracy Lerma or the Inside Pool Diva, either one. I have two different pages, and check out Timmy's particular promo video. It will have that tag there for you to go directly to his YouTube page to watch him running some shots. Excellent video you guys did, Mom. That was fantastic. I enjoyed it. I've watched it 3 times already. Anything that's putting our kids out there and giving them what they need, that's what we have to do. Okay, learn videos. I will put up $1,000 towards that tournament. Are you guys listening? We have somebody that's willing to donate to a tournament, putting up money for a Moscone Cup style tournament for these kids. We just need some more people to join in. Omega Billiards, where are you? We have Outsville. We have all of these fantastic vendors. Let's help these kids out and see what we can do about getting this started. If our lovely lady from Matchroom Sports is watching, we would love to have a kids event. You hear us, Emily?
We would be there for sure.
Absolutely. We'll have Timmy front and center. I know we can get these kids together, and kids from the UK or from Canada and Mexico. If we can't fly them over here, we can do something. But I think a Moscone Cup style event would be fantastic for our juniors. And one more time with Mako Tips. We appreciate you so much, Learn Billiards. We appreciate what you're doing for Timmy and doing for these other juniors. Well, we're going to let Mom and Timmy enjoy the rest of her Mother's Day, and I hope you've had a fabulous one, Mom. You're doing a whole lot for the juniors, and for your junior, and you're doing a whole lot for the rest of these juniors by allowing your son to do this for us tonight. So we appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Okay, guys, we're going to say goodnight, and I'm going to pull Miss Cossey out and Timmy out, and I'm going to run his video one more time, and I'll do my closing for the end of the night. If you guys need any billiard lessons, contact Joey Gray. If you need any help with any of those shots and you have some young guns and you live in the state of Missouri, this young gun plays out of Kenny's Barn Grill in Barnhart, Missouri, which is right outside of St. Louis. Thanks so much, Mom. Thanks so much, Timmy. You guys have a great night. It's been a pleasure. Let's run that video of Mr. Timmy. For some reason, my computer's been lagging on me all day. Timmy, you sure you can't fix this for me tonight? I want to say a huge thank you to Mako Tips that was in the room tonight. He is one of the sponsors for Timmy Cossey. Also, I want to give a huge shout out to Pure Breed Hustle and Apparel. They will be the ones that are sponsoring us for the next 2 months. Each one of these kids gets the opportunity to win something fabulous from this apparel company. All you have to do is go and view their videos here on YouTube. Every view gets them 1 point towards winning that little package from our sponsor this next 2 months. Also, everybody knows that I'm a mom of 2 boys, and I have a niece that I'm extremely close to, and a couple of nephews and a couple of nieces, actually. And I have always loved the game of pool. The one thing that I have noticed over the years is the lack of pool rooms for kids, and also a huge lack of tournaments. You have the JIC, you have these other tournaments that have been around for years, and they're doing whatever they can for these kids, and we appreciate them. Every time they put on a tournament, that is one step closer to giving these kids those dreams of being on a Moscone Cup or playing in some of these more prestigious tournaments. So the more we give back to these kids, the better our community is and the better the foundation becomes. So make sure you're giving back as much as possible. So with every kid, there is that possibility of another Shane Van Boning, that possibility of another April Larson, and that possibility of another Jeremy Jones actually being a coach of a Moscone Cup team one of these days. So let's keep these kids' dreams alive by giving back to them. So this is the Diva signing out tonight. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow with another junior. Same time, same place. See ya.